What's going on, Martians of Chaos? Kid Rose Chaos. Talk about some discussion, social media influencer, psychology, spiritual, whatever category you want to put this in. Now, I will say I have been following the whole Lunchley scam with Logan Paul, Mr. Beast, and KSI. I wanted to talk more about KSI because he's, well, made himself kind of a headliner on this. Oh man, everyone's already went through Mr. Beast's, controversial stuff he's done, and same thing with Logan Paul. Now, to begin with, the thing is, there was a time that KSI didn't, because I watched KSI for a while. I've actually liked his stuff in the beginning. I used to, think he was pretty cool, but when he got into boxing and then became friends with Logan Paul, I think it changed him. And this is where I will say that your friends do matter. Because who you hang out with, you take a part of their energy with you. And KSI has taken the egotistical, narcissistic spirit that Logan Paul has. Now, out of the Paul brothers, Logan Paul is a more tolerable brother than Jake. But let's not forget that Logan is a controversial person for the stuff he's done, with the One Forest and then, everything else, Crypto Zoo, all that good stuff. The thing is, I think when KSI started hanging out with him, it's made his ego skyrocket up to that, because when you hang out with friends, you take a part of their energy. Because for some reason, when KSI went back to on this Twitter where he was doing this back stuff with the I call it back out crypto, the pump and dump. He went back on there to scam more of his fans, and that's just not alright with me. That's not cool. That's disgusting on all forms ever. And then to promote Lunchley as something healthy, which the health community, such as actual real doctors and people, real doctors and real professionals came out and, well, pointed out how unhealthy it was. It went back to the whole thing with Prime, where, doctors before talked about how bad Prime is for you. And it is. I'm not going to sit here and sugarcoat it. I'm not going to say that, Prime don't taste good. I've tried a couple of Primes and they do taste well, but it's really no different than getting a Gatorade. I guess they took a little bit of sugar out for the Gatorade, but still, when it comes to kids, this is a very sensitive issue. You gotta understand that people are gonna do tons of research when you're gonna advertise stuff to kids. And for good reasons. Because anything that can hamper or hurt someone's development, as a child, whether it's mental or physical, it's gonna be looked into a whole lot. That's why when I was a kid back in the 90s, that's why they censored cartoons and stuff like that too. They started doing that because they were worried about our mental development. And kids are usually the prime targets of who they're trying to protect. It's the same thing with the GOP candidates trying to ban TikTok because they think TikTok's spreading, everything they're against and making kids' brains go toxic or something like that. Which I'm not here to talk about concerns of that. The reason why I bring that stuff up is, this is about how KSI responded. I brought this out because KSI responded the wrong way. Because, when Dan TDM made that one tweet, it made him crash out so bad. Like, it got to him so bad, he just keeps talking about Dan TDM. And then when his song came out, which he even admitted that it was a diss track to Dan TDM, which is probably not the most best PR move ever. Let's be real honest. He took it as an insult when everybody on social media took to making fun of a song. I will say for production value, his song was good. For production value wise, but the lyrics, the message came off as shallow and pedantic. On top of the fact that, you know, you did it in the wrong time space. You still should be trying to recover. And one thing about this too, if you ever crash out, never go to Twitter. Because you dig a hole when you're on Twitter. I'd say stay off social media if you're going to crash out. Because people will take whatever you say on social media, not with the with the absolute seriousness, and come right at you with everything. And I know this. I've crashed out on social media before. When I was in my early 20s, I made some unhinged rants on single moms and OnlyFans workers. Some red pill stuff that could get you in trouble. And believe me, I'm going to tell you right now, if you are going to crash out in any way, shape, or form, stay the fuck off social media. Go outside, drive, take a ride somewhere, do whatever your favorite thing is. Hell, I would even just say if you want to go, stay at home, play some video games, watch a movie you love, do something you love, just to cool down. Because it's not worth going on social media, getting even more mad, feeding more trolls, then you get even way more upset that those trolls are coming at you because you're giving them the fuel that they do. And I don't think it's right to mess with someone, to live your whole life messing with someone. I think it's wrong, but just understand that these social media platforms aren't a diary. You can't just put your personal stuff on there and expect no one to have an opinion about it. Also, being as big as him, say when he releases music, bad or good, the thing is, when it comes to music you release and you're a big enough YouTuber, just understand people are going to have opinions on it. Now, I think he should just took it lightly and lean with the meme. That's what I probably would have done. If I made a bad song, I'll say, yeah, no, I'd be in it. You take away the power from the trolls. But when you get legitly upset, and like I said, this is stuff he's taken from, the Pauls. Because even Logan Paul copes in seeds too. When people are talking bad about lunch leaves, Logan Paul was making some bit, or it's like, cheese and crackers, bro? You mad about cheese and crackers? It's like, that's kind of the wrong response. Because that's what they expect you to do. The best thing to go about it is just not to address anything at all. Just go about your day. If there's too many trolls, log off social media. Take a good drive somewhere. Do something you love. Meditate. Hell, even go to the gym and work off that extra anger and stress you get. And don't get me wrong, troll comments are never fun. Trolls do suck. I think trolls are like the most horrible people ever. But it's just like going back to this whole thing. The thing with KSI is he really should just took his song as the same joke. Go up there, it was planned. It was planned to be some goofy Disney stuff, I hope this gets into a Disney movie. That's what I would have done better, especially when things aren't looking good. Right after lunch link, pumping up crypto, it would have been much of a better idea if he would have just leaned in the joke and not take himself seriously, especially in the wrong time period. And this is the wrong time period. This is the time period where maybe, being less reactive would be a lot better. He's got the ego because he's hanging out with other people with egos. Because before, KSI was just a regular guy who was just trying to make it big. In fact, technically, he was kind of, back in the day, kind of a role model. But now he's acting like he's doing like Boogie 2988. He's getting to a point where he's going to turn himself into a lolcow. Especially if we keep seeing KSI spiral. That's how you get the lolcow gene. And I know it's kind of weird because, like, this guy is successful, but what's gonna hurt that success is lolcow behavior, such as getting too heated and too pissed off at everybody who doesn't like your song. And first of all, music and any kind of art form, movies, hell, even like TikToks, let's be real honest. Not everyone's gonna like it. There's gonna always find someone who finds issue with that stuff. And you're just gonna have to lean into it or just ignore it altogether. And I know it gets hard to ignore it. But if you're to a point where you feel like your trolls are gonna make you crash out, I think the best option, be planned to do is to just get off social media, to log out for a while, take a break until everything dies down. Eventually, something else will come up that'll take the attention off lunch leaves. I'm drinking water. It's a true hydration drink. But going back to the subject, I think that's what altered the mindset. Is that, I mean, it even started back when he lost against, I can't remember what his name was. I think it's Jesse Ventura in the boxing match, where he just kept coping and saying he didn't lose, or this or that, or I wouldn't have lost because of X, Y, and Z. Doing that stuff's not going to really help you, man. It's not, in order to grow as a person, you have to start taking yourself as a joke too. Not actively go out of your way to put yourself down, but to act like you love yourself, you'd be unfazed. People that are confident would be unfazed. They wouldn't be so emotional. Only emotional people are phased. And here's the thing, you're going to always have, no matter what you do in life, you're going to always have people that hate on you for X, Y, and Z. If you're a real confident person, it'd go in one ear and out the other. And same thing with the song. I'd focus on the people who understand the art of that song. And don't waste your ears or eyes on people who disliked it. But it'd also be best not to release any music. It would be best not to release any music to, people when you've done some pretty shady stuff. Because it's like the controversy of the lunch lease was pretty shady. If you would have just, wait a month or 3 months, and then also to go on Twitter and crash out some more, and then saying this is a diss track to Dan TDM, so meaning you're obsessed with another grown-ass man who's just having time with his family. It's like, this is very sad. You don't ever want to get to... This is what happens when you use too much social media. Social media creates this narcissistic, idealistic mindset in people's head, and this is why you want to take a break from social media when you need to. So may the crystal be with you. Take breaks off social media. Go walk. Go take care of what you got to take care of. Go take care of business. May the crystal bless you.